This is a cybersecurity analyst, and this is for an organization called Proven Recruiting, right? So this is a staffing and recruiting organization. It's way smaller. This is a 51 to 200 employee organization, right? So massively different than the ones we've already looked at before in terms of size, very different industry. And let's take a look. The job description is very, very small compared to the other ones.
I got to say, Kip, before you go, for those who are on the podcast, this particular job description is a total of about 10 lines. It's a very, very short job description. And when they have what you do, your responsibilities, there's only 2 of them listed here. So I think we can read these verbatim here, Kip. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's only 2 bullets. Work with the security engineering team to perform tests and uncover network vulnerabilities. That's the first bullet. And the second one says, develop company-wide best practices for IT security. And if you go on and read the requirements, you can see that this is a very technical job, and it's about testing, and then coming up with best practices. So again, this is our 4th job, and you can see, I think, how there's a relationship, right? All these jobs are cousins, right, of each other, but I wouldn't say they're brothers and sisters. But so while there's a thread that sort of runs through them all, they're all very different. And you can imagine that your work experience here at the recruiting organization at Proven, can you imagine how very different it would be from the other 3 that I've already shared with you?
Yeah, and I'm curious, and you probably don't even know the answer to this, is whether or not this job is for you to work at that recruiting agency as part of their staff, or are they just trying to find people who have experience with endpoint detection, response, and cybersecurity to be able to farm you out to somebody else that's one of their clients? They don't really talk about that in this job description. And as a job seeker, that would be one of my questions is, am I working for you or am I working on a subcontract for somebody else? They really don't give you a lot of details in this particular job. It's kind of, I'm scratching my head looking at this one going, man, that's a really bad job posting.
Yeah, it's really ambiguous, and it's not, and that's not helpful. And so one of the things that you can take away from this, people in our audience, is when you see a job description like this, not only do you get the question that Jason raised, but I would even say, did the person who posted this job even understand really what all is required here? It kind of gives the impression that this organization doesn't really understand what this is, and that this job posting might be a direct result of some sort of a requirement that they've got to meet, that they're really not that interested in, but they're like, fine, we'll do it. We'll bite the bullet. We'll get somebody in here to get this done. So it might not be a very good working experience from the point of view of you show up and you do the work, but they might, for the most part, ignore all the things that you do. And that would be a very uncomfortable work experience, I would think, for people.